Hello, my name is Tina. Welcome to my channel. I haven't been posting lately any videos as I've been quite busy with other projects. So tonight I'm gonna elaborate on something rather interesting. Yes, I know I always say that. And we're gonna rather analyze the purpose, okay? Why we are really here on this planet, and what is the most important aspect of it. Well, many people say that usually the New Age community is saying that, oh, you are born here to learn, okay, that this is like Earth is like a school, and you kind of like coming here, reincarnating over and over to polish the skills of love and to become more empathic and become more understanding, become better person. And there's a big promise behind all that, that once you do all that several thousand times, then you become spiritually enlightened, and then perhaps only then you won't have to participate in reincarnation. Now, I would like to say one thing. The bottom line is, guys, that nothing can be learned in here. The earth life in here and this physicality has nothing to do with any learning whatsoever. Why? Because every time that someone is reincarnating here, that person is subjected to a total memory wipe. And I said this before many times, nothing can be learned if your memory wipes everything. If you learned something and remembered something and suddenly, whoops, everything is wiped off. So what is the point learning anything if you don't remember what you've learned? Okay, you're supposed to be reincarnating here like lots of times. So it's like going somewhere, studying some subject, attending some courses, and soon after you got this certificate or diploma in your hands, whoops, you have to be memory wiped, so you don't remember what you've learned. You have to guess what you've learned, okay? So this is what it is. We have to guess why we are here and what are we really learning. Well, I tell you what it is, guys. The only purpose here, to come here, based on my many years of studying and many years of searching within this area, is to gain enough awareness to leave this reincarnation loop. Once you get your awareness in such a way deepened that you understand what this life is all about, okay, you wouldn't have to be pushed into it. For one thing, why I'm saying that we are pushed into it. Well, that push comes within the certain area of manipulation, which is coercion, deception, obviously, and you are manipulated to believe that something great is going to happen. And this is coercion, okay? Somebody is coercing you to understand, wow, if you do this only even the last time, which is never the last time, by the way, then you're going to become some sort of expert, almost like a master of some higher knowledge. But that's not the case, because I just said, what good it is if your memory is being wiped. So where's that higher knowledge going to go? Unless you stay on the other side. You keep that higher knowledge awareness, okay? But if you are reincarnated over and over, everything's wiped off. Each time you are born, you are subjected to the memory wipe, and you don't remember nothing. You have to start right from the bottom, from scratch, basically. I already said that reincarnation is a spiritual crime, so I still keep that in my mind. I still say so. Yes, it is. Because I don't see anything else that could be learned in here. Like, I mean, people say, oh, love or empathy. But those are emotions. You either feel or you don't. Emotions are part of your soul, part of the core of who you are. So you have it already. You don't need to earn it. And you don't have to learn. You can't learn how to love. How can you? How can you learn? Love cannot be bought in any way or shape or form, you know. You have to have it inside of you already. If you have a capacity to love, you don't need to come here lifetime after lifetime, repeat the same things almost to learn how to love. Absolutely not, especially that each lifetime anybody comes in here is it's like a panorama of different difficulties and different obstacles and conflicts and lots of pain, mental pain, physical pain, spiritual pain, you know. It's like a very bad deal, really. So New Ages say, oh, you have to go through hardship, okay, because only through being subjected to some really bad experiences you are able to tell the difference, you know. You will know the difference of good and bad and all this. I mean, really, when I was 2 years old, I knew what was good and what was bad. I mean, it's very simple that you can say that something is evil or something is from, you know, the better stock. So you don't have to spend lifetime after lifetime to learn that, to memorize that, oh, you know, if this happens, that's evil, and that happens, that's good. I mean, we all know the differences between good and evil. You don't have to come lifetimes of experiences to gain into order to understand it. And yet, this is exactly what happens. So there is one purpose only. When you come here, you spend the life in such a way that you deepen your awareness, and once your awareness is there, you gain understanding. And understanding gives you certain level of knowledge. Now, I tell you one thing, guys, there's not one single person on this planet that understands and knows everything, okay? I always say that the more I know, the less I know, because there's always more questions. When you master some level of something that you're really, really curious about, okay, you realize one day, wait a minute, I've got more questions about it. You know, this, it's like going this way, you know, opens up this, your awareness, it's deepens with these experiences of how you feel, okay, but at the same time, you have lots of questions. How did it happen? How did it happen? You know? And those questions, unfortunately, they are very deep questions, cannot ever be learned on this physical level. I mean, I'm putting everything in simple explanations, in simple words, so everybody can understand what I'm on about. That learning here, for example, the facts of existence in here, nobody knows. Nobody knows who really created this place. Nobody knows the details of it. How is it run? I can only say that I understand the basics, okay, the basics of this, that this is run by some very evil group of guys who extract energy. And that energy, I mentioned this before, I made a video, it's called lush. Lush is the energy that usually comes from suffering, although it also belongs to other emotions, not just suffering, but when you're over happy, over excited, that also creates lush. So no matter what you do in here, okay, you are basically the source of energy that feeds lower astral life forms. I call them also parasitic entities. And yes, they run here a show. This is a system, and the system has different aspects of it, like, for example, religion. It's introduced here to manipulate your mind and to make you feel guilty. to eliminate critical thinking, so you don't ask questions, because they love when they put this God figure in it, somebody above that has apparently ultimate power over you, over your soul. So there goes your sovereignty, totally gone, dead. It's almost like you are conditioned to accept the higher authority. You're not supposed to be sovereign being. Oh no. That word, in fact, is very, like, I think it's quite threatening to many of these higher realms these days, because they don't like when someone says, oh, I'm a sovereign person, I'm a sovereign being, because that represents independence, and that represents that you don't believe the system anymore, and they're fearing people like you, obviously. So remember, guys, the only purpose here really is to deepen your awareness to what I'm just saying, okay? To see that things are not right, to see that something is like doesn't make sense when you look around what is going on. And also, like, I mean, for example, if you are a religious person, okay, this is actually one aspect that woke me up and put me on a path of becoming a seeker. I used to be religious, that was a long time ago, and I used to pray a lot, especially when I was very young and when I was a child. I came from a very abusive background, so I used to pray a lot, and unfortunately my prayers were never answered once. I used to go to church, I used to believe in Jesus, I used to believe in God figure, okay? I used to believe in higher powers and some sort of justice up there, okay? And what really happened as the time went on, I realized that my prayers are totally ignored. So this started me on questioning path. Why have my prayers have never been answered? I mean, I've been a good person, I haven't committed any crime, I'm an honest person, and yet I was very badly treated by people that's supposed to look after me, and you know, I prayed and the prayers were never answered. So I had big issue with it, although it took me quite a few years to come to the conclusions, and now I got a better understanding. But of course I'm at this stage of my life that I question everything now, because everything needs to be questioned. So the system doesn't like people like myself or anybody else who is following that seeker's path. And I'm saying there's only one thing to learn, is to deepen your awareness, guys, and how to get out of here all in one piece, because once you aware, you cannot become unaware. And also, whoever runs this show, remember, guys, always, they need your consent, okay? They need your full understanding. They need that thing from you that say, oh yes, I agree, your agreement, okay? I agree with this, I agree with that. Some work with people in a way of deception. They say, oh, you know, if you only go there, you're gonna have this and that, gonna happen to you, very positive aspect, you never had this before, so they tempt you with certain things. Well, what really happens, they are guilty of really of this coercion and guilty of omission, because like, for example, somebody may say, oh, you're gonna be very well off financially, and you know that your last reincarnation was nothing but horrible poverty. So you say, yeah, okay, I would like to experience how to be rich, how to do well, so I don't have to work hard and all this. But what they don't tell you, that you may become that very rich like a month before you die, like you're 75, and you, let's say you win lottery, okay, of some many millions or whatever, and you know, you didn't have time even to enjoy that riches that you got, because you have to pack your bags very quickly and go, cross over. So they don't tell you, but they tell you you're going to be rich, but they don't tell you any details. So this is just a little example, you know. Basically, I always say in my videos, beware of anything external. If anybody promises you anything, I'm talking about before you are born here, if you have this belief taken with you from here that you're gonna be your own sovereign being, there's hardly, I believe, honestly, hardly any chance that anybody from there is going to approach you and question you and try to make you to come here, because you automatically would say no. But if your awareness is zero, that there's some sort of manipulation or exists here, you know, and deception, then yes, they're going to approach you, and you have to be aware of that, that they're going to try do anything to get your consent to come here again, you know. Sometimes I feel like even interacting with those beings, you know, from lower astral, is taking for consent. So be very aware of that too, guys. I made videos recently. I think last summer or on the fall, about creating your own space and reality, creating your own. Some people can call it heaven, you know. So I'm working on that project, consciously creating and imagining how it's going to be for me when I cross over as a sovereign being. And I don't expect anybody standing on my path, on my way, interfering with me with any shape or form. And I'm kind of like embedded that thinking, this kind of understanding and thinking into my soul. So it can never be erased from me and taken. It's not like a spur of the moment, oh yeah, I'm going to be sovereign being. No, you have to have this understanding what sovereignty really means. So once you have understanding that you can be coerced, okay, this is, your awareness is going to be on, like, you know, when you're vigilant all the time, that vigilance will keep everything away from you, because you're going to stand out from outside of those masses that follow others, you know, all the time, as an individual thinker and somebody that cannot be lied to, somebody that cannot be deceived, you know, anymore. So it doesn't matter how many times you reincarnated here before. Please pay attention while you're still here in this physical body, in this incarnation in here, okay? That if you really woken up to the truth, really, that reincarnation is real, and that it's done non-stop and against anybody's wish, that you can do something about it at least. Well, I'm saying that it's done against everybody's wish, because some people learned at the last moment that they're going to reincarnate here, and they don't want to immediately, oh, no, I'm not ready. But I tell you what, you got no say at that point, because you're already on the lower astral level, already approached by the guilty archons who run this show. And the trick is to reincarnate, once you reincarnate here, to gain awareness, so you don't go back to the same place that you came from when you were born, okay? Because let's say you reincarnated from the lower astral, okay? Unless you do some really heavy work of deepening your awareness, after you die, you're going to go back to that lower astral, just exactly where you came from. And you're going to meet the same faces, the same guides, spiritual so-called guides, you know, whoever they are, masters, gurus, that send you here, and they're going to brainwash you into it, another one. So the trick is to avoid going back to the lower astral. The trick is to be aware that you can bypass that place, and you don't have to go there. You can bypass it like a shortcut to somewhere higher up, where those parasites do not have access to, where they're not going to come to you and say, oh, you know, remember me, oh, come on, let's talk what you've learned, and you're going to go again. You know, you don't have to put up with this kind of approach anymore, because you're going to be your own servant being, your own boss, and you can create your own reality, and you can stay within that reality as independent thinker, as sovereign being, basically, you know. So that means you have free will, that for the first time you will be able to express the way you like to express it, and you're not going to be manipulated or oppressed by dark forces, Because while we are here in this planet Earth, we are oppressed daily, guys, honestly. Every single day. There is like dark forces are hovering around this reality, and they're stopping people from achieving what they're capable of achieving, and putting lots of different obstacles, making sure that, for example, that one is following the life script. Yeah, we're all born with life scripts, but it's up to you. If you deepen your awareness enough, you are able to change consciously the next steps. From the moment that you become aware, you say, okay, I've been doing this so far in my life and it didn't work. What happens if I'm going to change everything and totally give a new start and go this way instead of going that way non-stop? You can become conscious of that. Some would say, oh, what happened if that was your part of your life script? Yes, I, I, I can say that few people left feedbacks under my videos saying, oh, that could have been part of your life script. Like, for example, some people could say, but, oh, Tina, that, could have been also part of your life script, that you came here and you became a seeker. Well, I think it's a choice rather than life script, because archons would never give you opportunity within your life script that you're going to become somebody above the masses, okay? What I'm saying, not from arrogant point of view, but, I'm trying to do my best, because I'm not going to I never want to reincarnate here again. I became seeker for a reason, and nobody gave me this on a platter, this knowledge that whatever I know, I had to dig by myself, moment by moment, day after day. Took me years to come to where I am at the moment. So please be aware that what matters is to get awareness deep enough to get you out of this loop of the reincarnating, because everything else is just accessory. Okay, awareness is the number one tool that you need to leave matrix, to leave this reincarnation insanity that we all subjected to daily once we're here. And unfortunately, this is very lonely path to follow, and it's very individual path as well. You cannot educate masses to do that. It has to come from within, and each and every one of us have to work on that by themselves. So I hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Take care for now. Bye bye.